How's it going, Slasher fans? My name is Sean, and it has been a while, but we finally have an update on the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and that is what we're going to be talking about here today on...
What's your favorite scary movie? I told you not to hang up on me.
Producers Fed Alvarez and Rodo sayagues had an interview with the Reboot podcast, which is basically a podcast on the Bloody Disgusting Network. If you guys are a horror fan, I really recommend you guys check out that podcast. They talk about a lot of cool stuff. Basically, on this podcast, the producers talked a little bit about this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and one of the things that Alvarez touched light on was these rumors that were going around online of a very bad test screening. Alvarez said, "I would let the plan to release, but we played it a couple times, and there was someone online that said it didn't go well. I don't know what screening he was at. It was amazing, and when you test it, you get a score, and it scored the same as Don't Breathe 2, which I think is better than Don't Breathe 1, so that should tell you something." He then continued on and said, "It started just as Evil Dead started. What can we do with this character and this franchise? We have a lot of respect for the legacy of the first movie, but we're aware that there is a new audience out there that might not love it or doesn't know anything about it, so we need to make sure that they can enjoy it as well. That's where the story was crafted. You'll have news soon." I will say, as a huge horror fan, I do see a tad bit less passion being put in the sequel than I do in this new Scream 5 movie. You can tell these Scream 5 directors are just 100% passionate about what they're making. And in this movie, they kind of seem, I don't know. I have high hopes for this movie, and I think you guys should too. In this new movie, they're going to have to introduce these new characters, reintegrate who the Sawyer family is, who Sally is, and all of that, and who this Leatherface character is. But that is the thing that a lot of fans didn't like with Halloween 2018, is that they dived a lot into the origins of who Michael is and this whole thing reintegrating with this first movie, and a lot of fans didn't like that and they were expecting something new. But you need to understand that when there's a new generation out there and they have no idea who a character is, if you just were to make a new movie and OG fans know who Michael Myers is, but these new fans don't really know who he is, it's not going to be an enjoyable movie. So Halloween 2018 was absolutely necessary, and especially when you see Halloween Kills coming out, you can absolutely see what they're trying to do. Reintroduce the characters first, and then give OG fans and new fans something new to watch. You know what I mean? The thing is they tried to do this with Texas Chainsaw 3D back in 2013, but the problem with that is they didn't reintroduce who the characters were. They didn't reintroduce Sally. They didn't reintroduce the Sawyer family. They didn't even really touch light on who this Leatherface character was. This direct sequel just served as a direct sequel where they just assumed that everybody watching it has seen this first movie, but they put it out there like it was a brand new movie. It's Texas Chainsaw 3D. They didn't put it out there like it's Texas Chainsaw 2 or Part 2. It was just put out there like it is a direct sequel. And if you haven't seen any of the other previous films, I mean, they did retcon the rest of the movies, and it was putting off as a direct sequel from the original, kind of like Halloween 2018. But if you didn't even see the direct sequel, watching this movie, it just comes out muddled. You don't really understand what you're watching, and that is what I think a lot of problems with these fans that seen this movie had with the movie, if that makes sense. Now, one thing I want to touch light on is it really seems like he understands that there is a new generation out there and they're gonna have to reintroduce these characters. I just hope that when they reintroduce these characters, they do it very mildly. They don't make the whole movie about reintroducing these characters, and if they're gonna do that, just completely reboot the franchise and make a whole new movie about the very start. That is what I wish they would have done from the start. I honestly wish that this new movie was like a complete re-storytelling from the beginning, but it seems like that's not what they're going to be going for. They are going to be going for this old man Leatherface going up against an old Sally Hardesty, and I mean, I'm completely open to that as long as you do it well. Even with the fact that the storyline was a little muddled in Texas Chainsaw 3D, I still enjoyed the gore value of it. That's something, as a slasher fan, I just really enjoy gore value in general. So I think if you're someone who is, a fan of the Saw franchises, those kind of went to shit when they got to the 6th or 7th movies, but I still enjoy them for the gore value. So if you guys are just wanting to see a movie that is completely about gore and you guys don't want to worry about plots or anything, this movie is going to be great. I just have a little bit of worries about the plot and all of that, and even though that this dude's defending his work, unlike these Jeepers Creepers, the Jeepers Creepers director, he doesn't really say nothing about it. And no, I will not talk anything about new Jeepers Creepers. Or the new Jeepers Creepers movie. That's just something I'm not gonna do. I try to tend to separate the art from the artist, but when it comes to the person behind this Jeepers Creepers film, whose name I shall not say, I won't talk about it. It's just something that I'm uncomfortable with doing, and I hope you guys, as slasher fans, can enjoy or understand that. I enjoy the Jeepers Creepers franchise, but I will not talk about it at all. So anyways, that is all the information that I do have surrounding this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I'm sure we're going to have some more information come to light soon. Like I said, Alvarez did seem to touch down on the possibility of an Evil Dead new movie coming out. I'm not sure all the info about that. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm going to check that out. Make sure you guys check out that video when it is up, and I hope you guys have a bloody day and a bloody afternoon and have a bloody sleep. And until next time, stay bloody.